Welcome, friends, to the Gaijin Animation Appreciation Hour with your hosts, Sig Bisley and Colt Mauser. Before we get started, please be sure to like this video and subscribe for more content just like this. Now, let the animation appreciation commence.
Friday again. Hope everybody had a fantastic long weekend. I sure as fuck did. And I've been paying for it ever since.
Yeah, assuming you celebrated the 4th of July like a good person should.
Like a good red-blooded American. It's just an excuse to drink too much and light off fireworks till somebody gets hurt.
So you don't need a holiday for that. Just do it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
exactly. Anyway, finished up Spriggan. I finally finished up Black Rock Shooter. Got off my lazy gold-bricking ass.
Yeah, we'll finish up Spriggan for now because it does indeed look like we're getting more, which is fantastic.
Got a question of the week action. But before any of that, as always, the news.
Quite a bit of news this week, so I've been kind of staying away from some of the Debbie Downer death news, but this one's kind of big. Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga creator Kazuki Takahashi has been found dead at the age of 60. He was floating in the sea with some snorkeling gear on, so they don't know quite yet, at least I haven't seen yet, what happened, but
could have had like a heart attack while he was swimming or something. Not to
drowned.
speculate.
I don't know.
Yeah, that happens.
I mean, he wasn't that far. You know, it's not like in the middle of the ocean, but yeah.
It's not that old either. I mean,
No.
I hope I can still snorkel in my 60s.
No. But anyway, R.I.P. Yugioh would not be the awesome meme-tacular thing it is.
Yeah.
If it weren't for this man, you would not have any knowledge about trap cards or I don't know,
R.I.P., sir. R.I.P.
or ridiculous arm-mounted deck holder things.
They got to have like toys of that, right? So
Oh, of course they do.
flip cards out of people. Of
course they do. But anyway, R.I.P. Kazuki Takahashi. All right, we're gonna move on. Like I said, not trying to be a downer. All right. So, all right. Actually, this one might be a downer too. Ultraman's doing some crossover miniseries with Marvel.
Boo. Are they letting the Japanese guy write it though?
I don't know who's going to be
Because the Japanese
writing
Marvel
it.
stuff is actually
Yes.
good.
So if it's okay, so it's no. Well, I don't know. It's Americans or it's Westerners, right? Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom, but
I hope they're not fucking Canadians.
oh, fucking Canada, fucking Leafs. The day of the rake is coming.
Sorry, Canada.
But you look at sorry for your prime minister. So their credits don't look like things that are terrible, and it's not it's not like names that it's not like Donny Cates or something who make you cry.
Make you blow your brains out.
So we'll see. There are some good writers still out here. So Kyle Higgins, Matt Groom gonna write it. So it is not being written in Japan, which I think I would have preferred.
Probably, yeah.
But we'll see. I'll give it a chance. Super Riot Productions is involved. I don't think they're going to let them go too woke. Although I did hear that Kodokawa is in on the friggin' ESG nonsense now, so that's not a good sign.
What does Kodokawa do?
I don't know.
The ESG money is running out like rapidly, so
yeah. Let's hope.
it is Satan though. Like it's the cause of all our problems.
It is. Well, it's not the root cause, but it's one of the many branches of the tree.
It's
of
the
evil.
mechanism.
Yeah, correct.
By which all shit slides
always
to
money.
the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah, unfortunately, Captain Marvel's going to be. Well, look at this Captain Marvel. Well, it's not the super butch looking one, but whatever. Captain Marvel the fuck out of here.
Captain Marvel's a fucking fake character. Like, get that bitch out of here. Captain Marvel.
Miss Marvel's
Miss
fine.
Marvel.
Miss Marvel's fine.
Well,
You got to go old school.
let's just like the Disney one.
Listen, Miss Marvel's got to be there to get her power stolen by Rogue, so Rogue can be awesome.
It's true.
Anyway, we're gonna,
Yeah, remember that time when Rogue had literally all the powers?
Rogue's the best.
They
Well,
don't use Rogue enough either. I mean, she's wicked fucking overpowered, but
don't get me started.
oh, Anna Paquin, was that the Rogue?
Yeah, I mean, she was okay in those movies. It's just that's not. Where's the powers, man? I need the flight. I need the punching the shit out of stuff. Like that's what I need.
Yeah, I don't know. She was cute. I had a thing for her back in the day, so I'm not gonna shit on her, but not really Rogue.
Well, unless she's into that, maybe.
Don't make her
maybe
shit
had to
on her
accommodate.
joke. Jesus.
No, I
In
did.
fucking Germany.
I mean, someone might be from Germany. Anyway, we're moving on. We're not going to get too deep into what could be from Germany.
Scheiser fucker.
So, speaking of second parts of things, already said Spriggan. I don't think that's been confirmed, but it clearly looks like there's a second half of that season at least.
Fucking confirm it right
Probably
now.
another 6 episodes, yeah.
Confirm your mom.
Tiger and Bunny 2. So it does have
Yeah, so we get our dumbasses to finally
another bunch of
finish
episodes. So now we will have a chance to catch up.
It
It
really-
was donking around, man.
No, yeah, it really needs the full 25 because man, did they waste a lot of time early on.
Yeah, I mean, God, the guy who directed is a guy from frickin' Stardust Memory. Like, you figure it would be better, but whatever.
Maybe it will be.
Maybe it will be. Maybe it'll all come together because there's a lot of donking. But anyway, the next part will be out on October 7th.
Character building though. I think if you look back, if you had 25 in front of you and you were like,
I said that earlier.
it wouldn't hurt. That
I would
bad,
be
you know what I mean?
less annoyed about the pacing in that case. Like, take the first half of the series to really establish characters and then really go ham in the second half. If that's what they do, then I will give them a lot
That
of credit.
seems to be what they're setting up for, so
Yeah.
I'll take it.
We'll see. We shall see.
We will see.
All right. Well, moving on. So I got a bit of news here, a bunch of news, interrelated news, Macross news.
I'm almost down for.
So I think I've
Macross
covered some of
news.
this before. Macross stuff's finally coming out. We talked a while back that the licensing thing seemed to have finally been sorted.
Oh my god, fucking Harmon Gold.
So, Right Stuff is going to release Macross 7. So, if you really you're curious about.
Good. I want all you fuckers out there to watch Macross 7 feel my pain.
Yeah. And it's going to include Encore, so it'll include this fucking Space Whales.
Thank God.
And our Dynamite 7. Dynamite 7, I think, was the Space Whales. Regardless, it's got all the Macross 7. Like, all of it, front to back.
I can't believe they made
shorts.
so much. Did anyone even like it when it came out?
It's pretty fucking popular. I don't know
weird.
why, but it is.
Well, you fucking Stumpo loved it.
I mean,
That's why he made me watch it.
it's good points. It's just it's too long, and Bosser's a shitty character.
Yeah, Bosser needs to go in the wood chipper and then just make Gamlin the main character.
Gamlin or that guy from the Pink Peckers. That guy was awesome.
Like Mexican guy.
Yeah, man, that guy was the best.
The guy was the best.
It was cool shit. So anyway, that's coming out.
Anyway, if you watch it and don't hate it, we could still be friends. It's fine.
Yeah. So we also got this is overseas, so I don't know if we'll get this in Japan, in America right away or what, but we are finally getting Macross Plus and Macross 2. Macross 2 is
Fuck
fucking weird.
yes.
I'm assuming.
I just want Macross Plus. That was the shit.
Yeah, so they're not announcing yet exactly. There's going to be an overseas release. They're not exactly announcing who's releasing it in the U.S.
Yeah. Macross 2, I don't even remember.
I mean, I don't know. It's going to be weird. Like, Manga Entertainment released it before, so it has been out over here. I have the DVD still.
Oh, yeah. I remember we watched it back in
I
the
love
day.
Macross Plus. It's an excellent anime. It's really goddamn good. Like, I really want to watch it again, but I've been holding out for, like, a Blu-ray, so we're finally going to get a goddamn Blu-ray release, so look forward to that. Like I said, Macross 2 is weird. I'm not sure I would recommend picking it up if it's cheap enough, I suppose, because it's just like a movie or whatever. But Macross Plus for sure. Macross 2 is also not canon. It's like alternate sequel to the original Macross.
What, Macross Plus?
No, Macross 2.
Yeah.
Macross Plus is canon.
I don't even remember Macross 2, to be 100% honest.
Because Macross Plus is almost more of a prequel to Macross 7 than anything.
Yeah.
At least
that's what I thought it was.
the plane designs feed into it. You don't get any of the same characters or anything. But although what's his face shows up in Macross Frontier at some point, like it's like a music video or one of the movies or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
Isamu.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Isamu does it. Yeah, freaking man. You know it's his freaking. I can't remember what they're called in that. They're not Valkyries anymore. They're whatever the planes are in that. His version has front-facing wings because apparently everyone he has to have front-facing wings.
That's amazing.
So yeah, that's coming out. Cannot recommend Macross Plus enough. We will definitely do a review of it at some point. It is.
Oh hell yeah! I just want to watch it again.
It is awesome. I gotta watch Macross 0 again too. I remember it was best mecha battles, not great plot, but I want to check it out again.
Yeah, I remember that.
I always forget it exists. Moving on, I just mentioned Macross Frontier, and Macross Delta. And Macross Delta are both going to be out as well.
Was Delta the one that was only like little girl singing? Is that the one?
Yeah, I don't. Macross Delta was like there was like a girl group, and I just remember not liking it very much. But I only watched the first 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah, I could get through more than like 3 or 4 episodes.
I'm gonna give it another try.
I was just like, this is not entertaining.
I'm going to. I was just so disappointed because Macross Frontier hooked me from the beginning. I was like, hey, this is good.
Yeah,
But maybe it's just a pattern. Every other series is good. Where like, Macross 7 not so great. Macross Frontier good. Macross Delta maybe it was bad again. I don't know.
No idea.
But I will definitely give it another whirl. Nozomi Entertainment's releasing Macross Delta and Macross Frontier, so I'm assuming we will get that in the U.S. in short order. I don't know why they're being cagey about Macross Plus and Macross 2, but maybe there's, especially with Macross 2, there's rights issues, but Macross Plus there shouldn't be, so I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe there's a music problem. I don't know.
That happens a lot in Macross.
Yoko
series.
Kanno did all the music, I think, though, so it shouldn't be.
Yeah, what she got to bitch about?
It wasn't like, the forbidden opening to Zeta Gundam that you'll never get released on home video like anywhere.
Which is funny.
Because it's freaking. I mean, you could watch it on YouTube, but just that whatever that song was, they didn't have the rights to it properly, and you just forget about it. You're never gonna get it.
What the fuck was that?
It's a good song though.
The show that used girls on film.
Oh, Speed Grapher.
Speed Grapher.
Also
yes.
a good show, by the way. I don't think we'll ever get to it because it's not like great. Like it's one of those shows you watch once and it's very good and you like it, but you don't.
It's
not a
super
rewatcher.
Rewatchable, yeah.
Yeah, but
really interesting show though.
Really interesting show. Really cool show. Got kind of a bittersweet ending. Well, not that bad. Whatever. Get some robot eyes. It'll be fun.
Right.
Spoilers. But
definitely worth it.
Regardless, they used Duran Duran's Girls on Film as the opening in Japan, and obviously there was no chance in hell that was going to get released internationally because no one's going to pay that kind of money. Although I don't know, man. JoJo's has managed to keep their end themes. Now they had to change all the names of all the freaking people, and it's funny because you could hear the Japanese, you could hear them saying the names, and it doesn't align with the subtitles, but. At least the song so far, as far as I could tell, like Roundabout was still in there, so that's a pretty big song.
Yeah. And you figured they'd be whores about it too. You know what I mean?
Sir, it's yes. They gotta be. The answer is yes.
That's what I mean.
At least they didn't use Owner of a Lonely Heart.
That's true.
Anyway, lots of Macross coming out. I mean, this is great news. I'm really hoping we'll get some Blu-ray releases of original Macross. I haven't seen anything on that yet. That even gets more convoluted because of Robotech, but obviously if you're going to release all this shit, where's the original, right? Like Macross Zero and the original, I think the only two I haven't seen anything talked about. So
they did a redub of Macross, right?
They did. I never watched it, and I never bought it because it came out. It came out after I think Anime Ego.
Oh, I thought you bought it.
No, I bought the Anime Ego one. So Anime Ego had that really nice, like it was a remaster with a retranslation, but not a redub. There was no dub. It was just sub only on DVD of Macross, and I had just bought that on sale. And then they had announced, I think it was Funimation or somebody was redubbing it.
Oh, that's what it was.
And releasing it. So
yeah,
I was
forgot they did the dub first. I mean, the sub first.
And that was Anime Ego that did it. So I was just like, I just don't.
Yeah, I don't care.
It was redundant. It didn't look any better. Not really. It had nothing. I didn't care about the dub at the time. I was good.
Plus, the Robotech voice acting was so hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was the thing, too. If I wanted to watch the dub, I would just watch my DVD of Robotech. Yeah. Even though it looks pretty bad.
Which I did. That Robotech
they didn't change much from Macross.
They really didn't.
For the first series. There's a lot, it gets a lot worse when you get into Southern Cross, and never mind Most Piata, which got butchered, but...
yeah, no. I mean, it's a pretty standard story. There's not a lot you have to do to Americanize.
You can't really
butcher.
I'm
using air quotes.
You can't really butcher Southern Cross because Southern Cross is a fucking mess to begin with.
Yeah, it shows a disaster.
Anyway, moving on.
Except for the million shower scenes.
Moving on, but good segue because Most Piata. So.
Wow, accidental segue.
They are. This is kind of cool. This is not something I would expect. So, there's a new project that's Most Piata related that's going to be in Hobby Japan magazine. So it looks like it's one of those manga plus probably, model kits and repaints and stuff like that.
Man, you have to have the model kit tie-in.
It's called Genesis Breaker. some sort of side story.
Nice.
They got a bike suit here from it. Looks pretty damn cool.
I have had kind of a hankering to watch Most Piata again.
Most Piata's a good show, man. And it's saying stick. So this takes place simultaneously with the original show. And Most Piata is not like Macross is kind of like Most Piata's 25 episodes. So
yeah,
check it out. I mean, it's 83 to 84. It's an old ass show, but man, it's good. It's good.
Crazy armor that turns into motorcycles.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's another Harmony Gold problem. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see if Most Piata can kick loose a Blu-ray too. Maybe we can shit out a Blu-ray as well. Hopefully that's why they're doing this, to kind of lay the groundwork. But yeah. I take a new animated project too. Like, Most Piata is really cool.
What does Harmony Gold even have to gain at this point? Like, they're just never going to do anything.
They're just evil. They're like an evil holding
like
company,
they tried to like bring back.
I remember they did that Macross sequel, or the Robotech sequel, which was okay. It was like a good teaser for something else, and then it never went anywhere.
Like, whatever. Like,
and it was never going to go anywhere.
Nobody cares.
It just wasn't going to work. Japan was still making Macross, but we couldn't get any Macross.
Every fucking nerd who cared about Robotech just went and watched Macross.
Well, and watched other mecha. Like, one, at that point, you could have a million other mecha anime. It wasn't like the first one. It was like,
exactly.
The only one anymore.
Like, it's not special anymore.
And like you just said, anybody that cared by that point, it was like, yeah, man, but I could download subtitle versions of all the Macross.
Yeah, exactly.
I could sail the high seas and get that. And I would gladly pay for it and get it legally, but you assholes won't let me, so yar to tar tar.
Exactly.
Yo ho ho.
So they're fucked from the get-go.
So anyway, enough Macross. We'll talk more about it, sure, when it comes out. All right, so Fooly Coolie. Original Fooly Coolie, fucking great. I don't care how memed it is. I don't care how overplayed it was back in the day. It's good. The first 6 episodes
holds up.
Good. Newer stuff, I've heard mixed things. I haven't really watched any of it.
I was just not interested.
So they're doing grunge, and then they're doing shoegaze. I don't know if they're going to be better. I don't know if they're going to be more related. That was the kind of the thing. They were kind of related but not related. Fooly Coolie is a weird show to begin with.
Why are they Why are they like naming them after weird styles of music?
So they're bringing back the Pillows to do all the music. So
they just want to do like stylized shit.
I think they're just doing more stylized stuff and just using Fooly Coolie as the brand, which fair enough. I mean, Fooly Coolie came out. The original came out in freaking 2000, 2001, and aired in America in 2003. Like,
I remember.
Really goddamn old. It's phenomenal still, but
anyway. It's a weird dead horse to beat at this stage.
Yeah, Pillows are back. Maybe it'll actually be good. I mean, it got resurrected by the West. I think it was Cartoon Network that actually resurrected it.
Yeah.
For Toonami.
So that's never.
That was just desperation.
Never a good thing.
Could you do Big O instead, please? Thank you.
Yeah, of all the shit, right? I'm sure Fooly Coolie got way better ratings, but
I don't care. I want more Big O.
Big O
I want to know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, man, they were like getting down.
Give me a manga or something at least. Christ.
It's like waiting for the Metalocalypse movie. Like, motherfucker needs 5 episodes, he said, to like tie it all together, and they're just like, nah.
At least that's happening.
I know.
All right. Moving on to some Godzilla news.
Best kind of news.
So, Japan seems to still be content to not make Godzilla movies. They do animated properties and
if they're
whatever.
Smart, they'll just let it cool off.
They're just like, the West is doing it as good as we would do. Because, like, look, Shin Godzilla was its own thing. It stands on its own. It's more like the original than any other one. But for wacky, random Godzilla movies, like Toho did all the time.
What the fuck is the next one?
They may as well let us do them because they're not any worse.
They're doing Battle of Monster something.
Well, so that's what I'm talking about. There's the film sequel, Godzilla vs. Kong sequel. So
yeah, that's what
going to be Kong stuff as well. Same director who did Godzilla vs. Kong. Supposed to be out. It says March of 2024. We'll see, because you know how these things slip. The movie is stupid nonsense, but it's entertaining stupid nonsense. I liked it.
I don't care about do you really care about the plot in a Godzilla movie?
Again, how many Godzilla movies are anything but entertaining stupid nonsense? 2 of them? 2 of them.
It's true.
Right. Even, I suppose, GMK, with the evil, white-eyed, I'm the souls of all the World War II dead. Godzilla, that one's kind of serious, but for the most part, Godzilla movies are just stupid fun.
They're just fun trash, man.
Stop pretending they're anything but
Enjoy it.
So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what comes out of this. I'm excited. They're at least entertaining, man. At least I don't have to worry about that. Have some fun. More Hollow Earth bullshit. And
Right.
on a related note, they're doing a live action TV show as well, apparently. Unfortunately, it's on Apple TV Plus, which I don't know nobody
No
fucking
one
has
will
and
see
watches. But I'm sure there'll be other ways to watch it. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised it's not on HBO Max. It seems like that's where it should be, but whatever. So anyway, they're doing some sort of
I don't know how Apple TV is even in business still. But.
it looks like it's a side story where it's probably going to be Monarch people going after like the different Titans, the other ones, the lesser talked about ones. We don't have to pay Toho for these ones. All
That
the
sounds
originals.
like it's going to be a lot of like scientists in a fucking van like driving around with Zero monsters.
Oh, you mean like an old Godzilla movie?
Yep. The part you hated when you were a kid, it's going to be a whole series of it.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not shitting on it. I'm just saying this probably
who
won't
knows? I don't have much hope for it. Like the next Godzilla movie will be fine. It'll be fine, stupid entertainment. This, who the fuck knows? It's probably going to be a shit show. But hey, something worth checking out. Maybe it'll be all right. Maybe it'll be kind of interesting. I mean, certainly people have done monster movies, interesting monster movies on shoestring budgets. Are they going to get the people that are capable of doing that? Who knows?
I would be stoked if HBO Max was doing it.
Yeah, it really worries me that it's Legendary still involved, but I don't. Apple TV, really?
I think China sold Legendary too. Like they pulled out of everything.
Yeah.
So I don't think you have to worry about like stupid commie bullshit anymore.
I just don't know. Like it's Warner. Like why is it not on?
I don't know.
I'm sure. Whatever. We'll see. Zaslav is the kind of guy who puts a stop to things like this.
Yeah,
and fixes them. So
seems dumb.
We'll see. But anyway, keep a lookout for that. I don't know when it's going to come out. It doesn't say at all. I'm assuming if they're starting to talk about it, probably later this year. Be my guess. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. You're really gonna have to look because again, who the fuck watches Apple TV Plus? All right, moving on. I gotta look a few bits of more cultural, kind of funny news. So the first one is movie studios, TV studios. You gotta understand something. There's something you gotta understand.
Get it through your fat heads.
This has nothing to do with culture or anything else. It's just if you're gonna debut something in a panel and you think it's not gonna somehow leak out, you are pants on head retarded. You're not very smart.
Yeah, it never works.
Why would you ever be mad or worried about it leaking out? Now, Mob Psycho's the official Twitter for Mob Psycho was sad that the trailer for it for I guess the new season had leaked. And it's like because they showed it at Anime Expo and it's like of course it did. Why didn't you just post the goddamn thing up yourself? At the end of the weekend.
I was just gonna say like
a couple
after the
days later,
convention,
whatever. It's like they don't understand this anymore.
like they don't understand. There's like fucking 1,000 people.
It's gonna leak. Like if you want to show full episodes, people aren't gonna necessarily really seek that out to watch in crappy vision or whatever. But
no way.
But a trailer or just some sizzle footage, that's gonna leak. It's gonna leak. Either don't put anything in it that matters, and don't be mad about it or surprised about it when it leaks. Oh my god! Just come on, come on, dude.
Expect?
I get it, but you got to be smarter. You got to be smarter.
I don't know why they don't even care anyway. It's gonna get.
Whatever, lamenting for no reason. Regardless, Mob Psycho 100. I'm sure the new season will be dope. I don't need no freaking footage or anything else to know that. I'll just watch it.
I never watch. Like,
I'll watch
if
it when
it's
it comes
coming
out.
I just wait for it to fucking come out.
Yeah, I'll watch trailers every now and again, but
Only on movies, really.
that's when they're out.
Like shit this big time. I'll watch a trailer.
It's usually the only one that's put in front of me because I'm like, oh, hey, look. YouTube actually recommended me something I want to see.
Yeah, it's pretty rare.
I know, right? All right. All right. So here's another. This is another story of people being dumb and will never be happy. So there's an entire article whining about the way Artist Alley was managed at Anime Expo. And there's a special focus on the lack of, people getting overwhelmed with inability to breathe and like CO2 buildup and all these other things. And then a simultaneous bitch that you didn't enforce masking hard enough. I hate to explain this to you, but those things are related and not in the way you think.
Yeah, for Christ's
sake. You
sake.
got a mask on your face. Breathing is hard.
That's what they tell me.
Especially in the middle of summer, especially when it's hot, especially if you're inside in the middle of summer.
God, I can't even imagine.
Also, it's like people forgot what cons were like. Oh, a shitty, mismanaged artist alley at a giant con. Oh, shocking. Oh, Jesus. I can't believe it. Harumph. Where will I go? Who will I tell? Oh.
Do you mean a shitty, mismanaged fucking everything?
I can't believe it. That lacks mask enforcement. Yeah, well, when you're literally the only place fucking around that's doing that anymore, yeah, people are a little like, huh? I have to do that still? I'm confused.
Everybody else stopped a year ago.
Yeah, like, really?
Saying.
This is really a thing? So there's much vetching and whining and
how delicate nerds are.
Oh my God. These people, stop it. Stop it. If you're worried, I'm sorry. I've said this before. If you're worried about any disease, any sickness, stay the fuck away from large crowds, especially a convention where you always, since time immemorial, have picked up all kinds of crud.
Yep.
That happens every time. Doesn't matter what stupid things you try to make people do to make you feel safe. You can jab people with 100 different things and do 5,000 tests and have them wear 15 masks and a fucking spacesuit. You can still get sick because it's a goddamn convention and that shit's everywhere.
Get your vitamin C.
Knock it off.
Get your vitamin C.
Stop enforcing your mental illness on the rest of us. You freaking weirdos.
Never end, man.
Yeah, they're trying to get sciencey in this article, but it's really dumb. It's really dumb. Once they start bringing out like BA4 and BA5 variant stuff, like get out of town.
Please just go away and never come
Get
back.
out of town. Like, oh, the ventilation was bad. Again, no shit. A bunch of smelly nerds in a hot freaking place stacked up on top of each other. Half of them breathing extra hard because you forced them into a freaking mask, and you're wondering why this happens? There's no sense. There's no like, the skulls are thick, man. People are not, they don't get it. It's really, really bad.
The rest of the world moved on like 6 months ago.
That's really dumb.
Just get with it, man. I know you.
This is another warning.
Well, here's the thing with that, though. I'll do a lethal interjection here. If your insurance company is going to be just as fucking mad if somebody drops dead from like asphyxiation because they like wore their mask in 100-degree heat,
Correct,
than if you get sick from like, you know, some random virus, whether it's fucking poo flu or you have the shits for 3 days.
From a liability standpoint, if you force somebody to do something and then that is the cause of them getting sick or getting hurt, you have far more liability than, hey, by the way, diseases exist, not our problem.
Exactly.
That's the way it works.
Can't we go back to the old way where you just got sick and sucked it?
So it's very dumb. It's very, very dumb. Don't support these people. Just don't support them.
Also, the Rona is just a normal thing now. Like, it's no more dangerous than anything else now.
You just got, well, I mean, it just is what it is.
It's regular.
You could have, some noroviruses you can pick up at these places will freaking kill you dead.
Oh, my God, yes.
They're awful. And they'll basically make you literally shit yourself to death.
I was just going to say that. You would shit yourself to death.
So, seriously, you got to knock this, you got to knock this stuff off. And you got to not pay these people. Don't attend that. I know how desperate you all nerds are. I know how you want to go to conventions. I get it.
Certainly.
I get it. You can't give these people money.
You got to hold the fucking line.
You got to hold the fucking line.
You got to grind them out.
Let all the weirdos go to their convention and give your money to Anime Matsuri. Anyway. I have no stake in this. Anime Matsuri's in Houston in fucking like August or whatever. So you're going to drop dead there no matter how much you try to avoid it.
Pretty much.
It's just going to be hot. Anyway, we're going to move on. Enough of that. Ranted about that enough over the, I would say over the months, but over the years.
Over the last like 2 fucking years.
Yeah. Moving on to the last bit of news. Oh, and this is amusing news. So, guess what's back next year? In-person E3. Guess who cares? Fucking nobody.
No one cared like before.
Already relevant before,
Corona.
but now it's back. Reed Pop's going to do it. Oh, boy. The virtual event went nowhere. No one gives a shit. E3, people had already given up on E3 well before the coof came and like ruined everything. Like, it's
people
over, man.
were making fun of it like 5 years ago.
No,
so.
no one knows. No one cares. No one cares. No one fucking cares. So anyway, I mean, people at this point, and granted, maybe not anymore because of the wokeness of what are those conventions that everybody goes to? Jesus Christ, PAX.
Oh, PAX.
Because PAX basically took its place. Like, people that want to go to a video convention were like, E3, fuck this, I'll go to PAX. Because PAX was at least much better run, much smarter. I mean, granted, it is descended into madness, too.
The last PAX we went to was fucking
it was a problem.
insufferable.
But for a long time there, PAX had their shit together, and they really, like, they were providing what people wanted out of a game convention. So,
Definitely.
there was no point in having these other ones. So, anyway, get hype. E3 is bad. Ooh, no, nobody cares.
Wah, wah,
Nobody cares.
wah.
And that's the news.
Guess what? I finally finished Black Rocco Shooter.
Yeah, all right. Tell us about the Grey Goo ending of Black Rock Shooter.
It got pretty wild. It's mostly shit you would expect. Like, most of the Hemethios died. I remember what they were this time. You should praise me. Like, everybody got their memories back.
Oh, lost memories. Thanks, Japan.
Oh, every time. They explained a ton of shit, too, which was nice.
Oh, that's good. Little information dump.
Basically, they got to the point where Empress had to fight the chick that was controlling the Grey Goo on Earth.
Yep.
Because the AI is on the moon.
Yeah.
So they were building that orbital elevator because they want to
dump it all to Earth.
They want to send more shit down to Earth because their crazy plan was the AI wants to completely depopulate the Earth, like kill all humans, baby.
Slow your roll, Klaus Schwab.
Right? Man, Klaus Schwab and Bender should like get together.
Right.
Anyway, that's a funny comic. I'm gonna draw it tomorrow. Anyway, so they want to completely depopulate the Earth.
I feel a meme coming on.
And then start. They want to just like leave the nanomachines there and just see how they evolve for a few million years, and then just keep doing that. It's just like a stupid science experiment, but it's kind of evil. So anyway,
It's very evil.
Like the Colonel and his daughter like wrap up their arc. I won't spoil it. Deadmaster and Strength, the other two Hemethios, they like kind of wrap up their thing. Everybody dies at the end.
Sounds like Black Rock Shooter.
And then they're miraculously there 50 years later.
Sounds like Black Rock Shooter.
They don't explain how, but they're going to the fucking moon, and they're going to fuck that shit up.
Sounds like another series.
So it sounds like another series to me, yeah.
All right, so not a lot of resolution, but entertaining.
No, entertaining as fuck. Like, I love the designs. I love how, like, over-the-top retarded it was. Oh, yeah, fucking Smiley finally got his ass beat.
It's always satisfying.
Ah, stupid.
So, do you know if we're going to get another half of a season soon, or
I don't know if they're even doing another season, but they were literally
they set it up?
like like that was the epilogue. They were literally like flying to the fucking moon,
Yeah.
and you thought people were dead, and they showed up. How the fuck is anybody still alive? No one knows.
Yeah, man, but how are they going to take out the Turn X?
I don't know.
I want to know, man.
It's gonna be a crossover.
That thing can it's got Moonlight Butterfly. It's hard.
It's true.
It's like the Nanite Killer.
They had like basically a ship that was like made from the remnants of her like motorcycle thing.
Sure.
Empress's motorcycle thing. I don't know. It was good. I love the aesthetic more than anything.
Oh, it's just wild.
The story made enough sense. Like there are no plot holes. Like it made it was pretty solid. It's just like a weird story. I don't know, like AI escapes, gets on the moon, sends shit down.
Yeah, it's a great plot idea. It'd be a great short story idea. But
yeah, it's pretty wild. And they have to make these crazy
Cool.
I don't know. They take orphans and make them into Hemethios to.
Yeah, that's a typical plot, right? Like take orphans and turn them into all sorts of horrible ultra killer murder machines.
It's some Hitler shit.
That's a typical anime West. Like that's at everything, right? Like
It's true, man.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that's Ender's Game, and it's, I mean, in a different way, but, or like, kind of Starship Troopers, although it wasn't really orphans, but anyway.
Anyway, they explained a lot of, like, you know, where the Hemethios came from, like the backstory of, like, the war against the fucking nanites, blah, 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 blah. So it was worth a watch. If you like the first one, definitely, because it's, like, basically a direct continuation.
Yeah.
And they set up for a third one.
I gotta check it out, man.
Really
I gotta go back and watch the original first, but I gotta check it out.
It's got a metal soundtrack.
Yeah, that's Black Rock Shooter.
Pretty good. So that's it. That's pretty much all I finished up this week. We still got to hammer out Shield Hero, blah, blah.
Yeah, Shield Hero.
With the fucking
Ant-Man,
holiday, like, work's been hectic, man.
Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Like,
You get
this
stuff to watch.
week we're going to shut it down. We're just going to watch anime for, like, fucking 3 days straight.
It's gonna be kind of necessary.
Anyway, question of the week.
Yeah, we're moving on already. So you got a lot of news. So we gotta move along here. Question of the week.
Okay, Beavis and Butthead was so entertaining, and the Zim movie was so entertaining.
Yep.
What other, like... Wow, there was another one, too. Oh, no, that sucked. So we're 2 for 3. Because Rocco fucking sucked.
Rocco sucked.
Sucked so hard. That's going to go down the annals of history. Like, 5 years later, when all this garbage is blown over, it's just going to be like, man, that Rocco movie sucked.
So bad.
It's like the poster child for everything that has sucked in the last 5 years. Anyway, I won't bother shitting on it anymore. But anyway, what, like... it seems like you could kind of drudge up, like, any random 90s, early 2000s series and make a movie out of it, and it's hot, as long as you don't, like, you know, inject the message into it. So give me a few. It's got to be some. I've one that will never happen, but I want to see it so bad. Fucking Space Ghost Coast to Coast. That'd make an amazing movie.
Yeah, a Space Ghost movie. Revival. It would be funny. That would work.
You got to get Rogan on there, man. That'd be amazing.
Oh, Lex Friedman, like...
Fucking,
roboted up.
Duncan Trussell. That guy's hilarious.
That guy is hilarious.
I wish they'd bring back that show. That was amazing.
That was like, I have a bunch of podcasts that I really want to do, including that one with his mom, which was heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
And then I just did some stuff. I would be cool to see it again, but it's not an easy thing to just do more of.
If you guys ever watch that, Duncan Trussell does like
It was him and Pendleton Ward.
He did a podcast, and like he had Pendleton Ward like animate shit along to the podcast. It is fucking wild.
It was wild.
It was just super head trip.
It
was like not rewatchable, but if you've never seen it, I would seek it out. I think it's on Netflix. I would definitely watch it.
I don't even remember what the hell it was called, but it was good.
Fuck, I don't remember.
It was good. 20 minutes to midnight or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking look it up. You guys have the internets.
Yeah, figure it out.
Use your magical...
Regardless, that's not helping. What the fuck else needs to come back?
Use your magical phone computer.
What needs to come back? Well, you know, if we could forget a bunch of movies exist, something related to The Matrix would be nice, but unfortunately they just did that and it was fucking terrible. But that's one of those obvious properties that if done right, like in a Matrix style, whatever, you could do something cool. What else from the 90s? Like,
well, I mean, you had
making it 90s is making it harder.
You had Liquid Television.
Yeah, I mean,
you had
Aeon
all
Flux,
that weird shit.
Aeon Flux.
You
right?
had like early Adult Swim,
Hey,
all that weird shit.
Aeon Flux. Right.
Yeah, I know.
If I want to say an obvious one, that's one.
It's
All right.
true.
They did that movie in like 2003 or whatever with.
It wasn't animated though. I'm talking just like animated movies.
Yeah. My point. They did some stupid live action movie.
Yeah, they could do an
My
animated
point is they could bring it back and actually do it right and do it justice.
I getcha.
Aeon Flux for sure.
Oh, you know what? I don't think it would work now because I've seen the stuff that Crick Falusi does. Like
He's too weird, man.
he's
You can't.
like
it's not gonna
unless
work.
somebody can corral him.
They
he's
brought it
too
back like
weird.
twice and it didn't work, man. I know
But-
you're gonna say Ren and Stimpy, but
Yeah, but if they didn't do a Ren and Stimpy movie back when it was fresh, they're not going to do it now. That was one of those weird things where like the hippie ladies that ran Nickelodeon like kind of dialed it down to the point where it was super funny. But if you just could let that
once
guy
they got
go
to
out,
let him loose, it was too
he's
much.
too much of a fucking like
He's too much a
backwoods
weirdo.
Canadian creepo.
I want more powder toast, man.
It flies backwards into you.
Maybe got cinnamon sugar like coming out of his armpit.
It's so fucking disturbing. Anyway, God, I would kill for like a good movie of that.
Well, yeah, that would be so. See, this is more series. Now,
No, it could be a series, but just like make Beavis and Butthead was a series.
And this is
they made a
tangential,
movie out
and
of
I'm
it.
only thinking of it because I was thinking of Am Flux. You remember Reign the Conqueror?
Oh yeah, that was that same art style.
Great idea for a show. Execution was okay-ish.
It'd make a cool movie though.
One, you can make a cool movie out of it that's less ridiculous than Brad Pitt's movie, which wasn't the same thing because one's Alexander the Great, one's it's similar in tone, right? One is the Iliad, obviously.
That guy wasn't his cousin.
No, no, and he wasn't surrounded by like 5 women at all times. Nice try, Brad Pitt. But no, more historical epics like that. Like I don't think you see it enough, and I know this is kind of tangential, but more historical epics, right? Like I'd love to see anime do more of that. Like they don't do anywhere near enough of it.
When they do, they kind of make it weird.
Yeah, but that's what I like. I like it to be a little fucking weird.
I guess.
I would appreciate that.
It's like all the people in what was that? Rear Die. Like all the weird historical guys.
Oh, it's the best. Come on, man.
Riding bugs and shit.
Giant bug riding and like lightning powers and whatever else.
So
Cool
over
shit.
the top.
All right, you gotta have another one. 90s property.
Let's see, 90s property.
Oh.
What did I watch?
Early 2000s. I got another one.
Yeah, because that kind of bled together.
Underworld. That's the kind of thing that would easily make an anime as a movie that could be good. Very easily. That
True.
could very easily slide right in. Bam, bam. No problems.
I heard they're bringing Daria back, but it terrifies me.
Oh, yeah. That show
That show was
was
super
too
funny
close
in
to
its day.
social issues at the time, but was written well. If they do that same kind of social issue, they already ruined it because they already got rid of her friend and replaced her with the black girl
Yeah,
who was not her friend. So you could already tell that they've mucked with
It's
it
going to
in
be
ways that
awful.
signal that it's not going to be good.
it's too bad because that was like probably like that show was like the 90s.
You got to stick to the
You know what I
story. Yeah. Other 90s properties. Like you said, Liquid Television, I'm sure you could mine it. Like there's a lot of great ideas there. I'll go for early 2000s again. Make us XLR, motherfucker. Bring it back. I want it back.
That was weird. Like nobody gives you a straight story as of like why they canceled it.
Why it got freaking canceled. It doesn't make any sense, man.
Because I remember we
It
were at
was
that
good.
panel one time, and Stephen Bloom was just like, "Fucking ask Cartoon Network." Like,
Yeah, they did. He's like
everybody
I have no idea.
involved loved making it. Like, it was
It
great.
got good ratings.
It got tons of really good ratings, and they just like yeeted it.
They just yeeted it, man. So that's something I'd love to see make a comeback. So that's another good one.
I'm trying to think what would make a good movie. Like an animated series from the 90s that you could just like slam a movie out of and it would be amazing.
Futurama. Oh, wait, they already did that like 4 times.
Oh my God,
And they're
1,000 times. They
Um,
never stop.
No. Not Family Guy. Old Family Guy. Oh, shit. I got one. While he's still alive. The Critic.
Oh, fuck yes.
The Critic.
That is a good one. I never would have thought of that.
John Lovitz.
That would slam.
Oh, and you could just... Oh, my God. The way he could shred modern movies. Like
He's still like, I saw him on somebody's podcast like fucking a couple
He's still
months
around.
ago.
He's still funny.
He's still around. Still wicked funny. Sounds the same.
Yep.
God.
And it's animated. The Critic.
I got to get on the fucking bat phone and like get that
I'm going to have
done.
to mic drop that one because that was just like perfect.
Yeah.
Seek that out, by the way. Like, if you haven't seen it, seek out The Critic. It's a funny goddamn show from the 90s. If you can't find anything else, watch the episode of The Simpsons that was a crossover with The Critic. At least watch that episode. It's got the Mr. Burns, like, Ben-Hur movie.
Yes. Oh, that's like a really
With the
good
movie
episode.
yeah, it
That's
is.
the one with fucking Barney.
Yeah.
Like, don't cry for me. I'm already dead.
Yes. Oh, no. That is an excellent episode of The Simpsons, and it's a crossover with The Critic. Get The Critic.
Is that the boo? Yeah, that's the one. Like, are they saying boo? Are they saying boo earns? Like, I think they're saying boo earns.
They come into the studio and The Critic, and they're just armed to the teeth. I don't remember what it was, activists or something. It was like, aren't you a little heavily armed for the bus? We took the subway. Aren't you a little lightly armed for the subway? Yes, The Critic.
Ah, man.
I might drop it on
How
The Critic.
many seasons did that have? Not many. It was
One?
like only
One and a
maybe.
half?
Yeah. I think it was like
Not a
too
lot.
funny.
It got canceled too soon, man.
It was too funny for TV. It was one of those shows that's like really good, but nobody, like normies don't get it, so it just gets yeeted.
You know, if Kevin Smith wasn't such a piece of crap, I'd want more Clerks cartoon because that was actually funny as hell.
Oh my god, there's only 3 episodes, but they're one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
He has ruined everything since then, but Kevin Smith, when he did a cartoon back in the day, was actually pretty fucking funny, and it got, I think, 4 episodes total.
Kevin Smith weirds me out because he was like the poster child for DIY. Like, he literally made a movie.
Oh, yeah.
He, like, applied for a shit ton of credit cards he couldn't afford to pay off, and then just, like, made a movie with them. Like, the ultimate gamble, the ultimate fuck you to, like, movie studios. And
He was entertaining as hell. He did a Daredevil run that was pretty good. Like, it was fine.
Like, he totally paved his own way, and then he's just shills for shitty movie companies now. Like, it's so sad.
Yeah, don't have a near-death experience and then just want to rack up money.
I guess. I mean,
That'll change you, man.
He's already, like, worth a fortune.
That'll change you, man.
Nah, he sucked before the heart attack.
Well, he did, but in a different way.
Yeah,
he wasn't his sellout. It was just like
he was
just doing weird shit like Tusk. That was just like, I appreciate that you did this, but it's awful.
That movie was awful.
Copland was the last good thing he did. Or not Copland, Cop Out.
Cop Out.
I don't care what anybody
Cop Out
says.
was pretty funny.
That movie was pretty goddamn funny.
I don't know why people didn't like it.
Whatever.
It's just Bruce Willis being Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
You don't direct Bruce Willis.
Yeah, he just shows up. All right, you ready? Because we got some Spriggan to talk about.
Fuck yes.
2 episodes of Spriggan. So this is the quote unquote last 2 episodes. I'm assuming they made 12 and they're going to release another 6 because
I know there's stuff that happens that hasn't happened yet. So.
Yeah, there's stuff with the Holy Grail that happens at some point that has not happened yet. They're clearly setting the seeds for some Arkham related stuff that hasn't happened yet. At the end of the episode, they already have like the teaser and the setup for the next episode. Like, it seems pretty clear we should be getting some more. So hopefully this will be they made 12 and we'll get another 6 here in another 6 months or so, rather than you gotta wait another year and a half for it to come out, or they never make it, God forbid. But I don't think so. This feels like the kind of thing that they would fund the whole thing because there's not that much of it. You know what I mean?
And I mean, they're not really paying much for it because it's anime, and they probably do it anyway.
Yeah, and it's co-funded by studios in Japan. Studio David's working on it, so yeah, whatever. Anyway, Spriggan. So we got 2 episodes here. So the first one was the Crystal Skull.
Yes, Crystal Skull one.
Crystal Skull. So, Crystal Skull, as we said, someone finds are they Nazis? I guess they are Nazis. They're modern
neo-Nazis. But they're not like...
But they're not like white supremacist Nazis? It's weird.
No, they're like legit, like we want to bring back the Third Reich Nazis.
But only the occult piece?
Yeah, they're like
You don't get any of the weird...
There's no white supremacy there. There's no killing of Jews.
Not as far as I can tell.
They're just like they want to
bring
back...
Not that they're good guys. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's like all the occult
They left all
Nazi
that stuff
shit
out, which is probably for the better because that's all that matters is the occult stuff.
Yeah, it's more fun.
So some sort of occult neo-Nazis get a hold of the Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull makes mad power.
And you can basically use it as a nuke.
You can use it as a nuke, basically.
Like they have a machine that harnesses its power and blows shit up.
And, you got one of your anime tropes in this one, the psycho knife character who's a giant baby, but he cuts some guy into 5 pieces at the beginning and he cuts off all his limbs while he's still alive. They don't show it, but...
it's implied.
His daughter gets mixed up in this too, and she's a teacher, and she's, Yu is still a high school kid, so he's getting yelled at and mothered on by the teacher, even though she's only a couple years older than him. It's kind of obvious.
Sensei.
Sensei. Yeah, it was a weird translation thing. He kept calling her Miss, but it was obvious he was saying Sensei. So
I'm not deaf.
Yeah, I don't know that much Japanese, but come on now. And I think he was doing it to needle her because it was funny. Let's see. There's a mysterious kung fu guy who turns out, he's not what he seems.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. He's got his kung fu cars, Mirage, but then he's got another name.
God, tropes.
You had Bo, the random Bo Bance. He had a crazy name.
Was Bo Bance.
So he's the Nazi guy who's got like super speed, enhanced speed. He's got power, and he's not really super evil. Like they kind of set him up to be kind of
he's like the guy who's all about honor and shit.
Yeah.
He's not super evil.
He's like, how dare you take hostages? We don't do that.
Like the knife guy takes a hostage. He's like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
So
we don't do that.
Once again, the plot's pretty simple. Get back the Crystal Skull before they go blow stuff up. They're out in Egypt, so they're chasing them across the desert and through marketplaces and stuff. Not as good as the marketplace chase from the movie, but it's pretty straightforward. I mean, there's not much to say about it, honestly. It's another good episode. It's got a lot of Indiana Jones vibes, not from that fourth movie, even though it's Crystal Skull related.
Yeah, I really like that about this series. It's like you took Full Metal Panic and Indiana Jones, and they made sweet love and had a baby.
Yeah, plenty of good gunfights.
It's like God, fucking perfect pulp.
Yes,
You know, like I can imagine
Perfect pulp.
I can imagine reading this, you know, in like little short books, because it's like perfect, like short novel size or like short story. You get like your nice 45-minute episode. They're all completely. I mean, there's definitely a through line. And you can tell, like, the Arkham through line is, like, building up. But, you know, there's no, you know, it's nice contained short stories.
Yeah, very good. So, again, it's another 40-minute one. It feels like, 20 minutes. It blows right by. It's just highly entertaining. This one is not, there's not much exceptional to say about the Crystal Skull one. It kind of is just a by the book, does what it says on the tin. Like,
yeah.
Great. It's great. So.
It's got, like, awesome tropes, awesome fight scenes. Like, I don't know. It just pushes all my buttons.
It's good. All right, so we'll talk about the second episode because that one I think is a little more interesting. The second one.
It's got more meat, yeah.
Yeah, there's more meat on it because there's some backstory and there's a lot going on. So the second one is there's this, like, mysterious island that appears in the Pacific that, it's a vanishing island. Turns out
like
it's
appears for a while, then it disappears, but now it's back.
Apparently it's moving between dimensions, which, it's kind of haywire and going out of control. So Yu ends up going out there. He gets on this ridiculous, like, research vessel, which is full of fucking lasers. So,
yeah. It's like a super fast, like, laser
from
ship.
Arkham. The pirate captain is cool as hell. The
yeah,
captain
like
runs
the
as
whole,
research
like,
guy.
fucking seaman crew
Sea
is,
captain.
like, the best.
He's cool, and he's a bro. And then Yoshino shows back up. So Yoshino shows back up.
Oh, it's hilarious because when
Treasure
she
hunter
shows
girl.
back up, she basically does, it's like a recurring joke. She just, like, crashes because she's trying to make an awesome entrance and then she just fucks it up.
From the episode with the Soma. Yeah, she's on, like, one of those fan things, like those turbo fans.
Yeah, it's like a parachute with a fan on the back.
Like she's going to jump into the Super Bowl, except she's jumping on board the ship.
Yeah, and then she fucks it up and crashes.
So she's, of course, after treasure. So she's tagging along to find some treasure. And you runs through all the horrible things she screwed up and how she's banned from like 45 excavation sites.
And they want to throw her overboard, but the captain's like, eh.
I appreciate your moxie.
She's got Grusto.
Let her stay here. So anyway, they get attacked by the U.S. military on a ship. And the U.S. military is there because Trident, once again, the three corporations that merged together from Japan.
It's America, Japan, and like Britain or something.
I think it's Britain. Yeah.
Well, the guy there was definitely British. He was drinking tea.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Very much so.
People drink tea.
And he had that mustache. Mustachio.
Mustachio.
So they, it's an Aegis cruiser, and they're trying to shoot the ship down, and that's when you see all the lasers and stuff. And then there's another guy on board who's the old master of Yu.
He trained Yu, back in the day.
He trained Yu. So he's like Yu's master. What is his name? Let's see if I can find his name. Bull Brants, Larry Markson? No, so Larry's the Trident guy who's there with the mustache.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Larry.
Mr. Larry. Trying to think of it.
No, yeah, I can't remember his name, and it's not.
It doesn't matter. It's obvious who he is when you watch it. He's the guy with the beret and the ridiculous powered suit.
Yeah, so he used to be.
He used to be Arkham.
And
then he quit for some reason, and now he's working for Trident. And Yu has to fight him, and epic battle ensues. But there's they get into like the backs. There's a lot of back and forth between him and Yu about because he was all about his duty and blah blah blah, and then he just up and quit because he was gonna retire, but then he just ended up working for Trident or whatever.
Yeah, so he shows up. So Yu is conflicted about what to do about this. He's got a crazy
He's got that cool power suit, and he has that awesome technique where he projects a ghost of himself, so he can attack you from two angles, and you have to guess which one is him.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty cool. And it's got there's that you get some flashbacks. You get to see him training before. So you get this the emotional.
Yeah,
there.
Training you when he was a kid and shit.
But anyway, So they go to this island. The island has like the Philadelphia experiment ship on it. It's got all these lost ships that got sucked in there.
Which you haven't seen the Philadelphia experiment, look it up.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Look it up. It's interesting.
Wacky movie.
Lost planes. So including a plane that got lost in the Pacific with a freaking nuke on it. So the island has like all these pyramids on it. They're generating power. It's this like extra dimensional escape island to escape the Earth, except it's like malfunctioning and it's going to like take a giant chunk of the Earth with it if it goes.
Yeah, it's from like a zillion years ago. You assume there was some kind of like great cataclysm where everybody had to get the fuck out.
Exactly. So, yeah. So again, pretty straightforward plot. Like they're on the island. Yoshino's there. She finds like this necklace that, you know, basically tells her what's going on. And, oh, God, we got to fix this.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is a problem.
Yeah,
it looks like it's more like a control mechanism for everything.
For the island.
Yeah.
But she can't control the island because it's so fucked up.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Wrong,
so she kind of like understands what's going on, but it's a problem. So anyway, that's basically what it is. They got to, you know, they set the nuke to explode, and then Yu has his final showdown with his old master. And that's about it. I mean, that's the bulk of the episode.
His master drops some threads about how Arkham isn't always
he does.
right. And like they've been leaving those breadcrumbs for like every episode. So you assume at some point he's gonna have to like, you know, do something about Arkham if they're up to no good.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Bowman. That was his name. It took me a minute to find it. His name is Bowman. Bowman is his master. So yeah, they fight it out. He has his final battle. He's got a crazy, like I said, this crazy power where he duplicates himself, but not really. It's more of a psychological shadow kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like he's just tricking you into seeing like a duplicate of somewhere else.
So they have a great showdown.
It's like hypnosis or something, he said.
It's just a good episode, man. This episode I really liked a lot because it had that emotional through line. You had the Yoshino kind of back doing shenanigans.
The show is like...
It's great.
I want like 1 million episodes because it's just so fun to watch.
And the captain's really cool, too.
Yeah, it's just like every character's awesome. Like the stories are nice and simple. Not that I don't like complicated stories sometimes, but sometimes I just like, you know, I just want to watch something that's like fun. It's fast-paced. You don't have to like pay crazy attention to the plot. It's just like a nice, easy thing. Awesome fight scenes, awesome like car chases. It's got fucking everything.
It's just good.
And I'm kind of bummed out that we watched like all of it.
Yeah, I'm glad. It looks like we're gonna get some more.
I would say so. I'm pretty sure it did well. So,
but I'm looking forward to it, man. It's been good so far. Animation's been good. Like I said, except some minor complaints about the CG.
Every once in a while.
Overall, I gotta say, like, just watch it. I mean, it's 6 episodes. You can watch them at whatever pace you want because they're not connected enough that you need to worry about it. Just watch them. You know, you can watch one as a movie and then 2 months later watch another one.
That's why it's super awesome because it's like nice self-contained stories. It just reminds me of reading short stories.
Yeah, really, really cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, just go check it out, man. The Adventures of You are actually interesting as all hell.
Yeah, I can't recommend it enough. I did not think like that movie came from like, not that the movie was bad, but like the source material is like way fucking better. You know what I mean? I'm
it's
got
impressed.
a completely different vibe because the movie was like mad serious. You know what I mean? And this is like serious, but it's more just fun. You know?
Yeah, it's got more of that standard anime feel with a little pulp mixed in. I like it.
Yeah, it's like they took pulp and mixed in shonen.
Yeah,
which is like a really good combo if you ask me.
I really dig it. So
yeah, if you haven't watched it yet, it's on Netflix.
Check it out. Give it some love. Give it some watches so they make some more.
Get your ass to Mars.
Assuming they haven't already made it all and we're just waiting for the rest.
Yeah, I kind of assume that's what they're going to do. Just like half and half.
Yeah, and like I said, Studio David did, man. So if you like JoJo's, you get that same
the animation's pretty goddamn
animation
good,
feel. It's really good. So go check it out.
So that's it. It's over.
That's all we got.
We've reached the end. Anyway, as usual, have a fantastic week, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace. Well, that's all for today, everyone. We'd like to thank all of you for tuning into another episode of the Gaijin Animation Appreciation Hour. Please remember to like and subscribe, and may your entertainment be always, well, entertaining.